Welcome to the Phare. um, Chowing down on a little chickpea that I made, just a snack. Besides the carrots and what else did I say I really like? I love this as well. And as you can see, we updated the hair. We have officially entered the rainy season in Trinidad and Tobago. And when it's really summer season, moisture in the air, I try not to do too much with relaxing my hair. But I wanted to redo that Botox treatment because it helps also with moisture, with heat, and with dryness. And so me doing that procedure, that treatment is really good. Was good. It's good for me, my hair, but it's something I don't want to be doing too much heat. So I'm taking a break with the heat, and I'm just gonna wear my hair in the curls for some time, which is gonna help me because I how do I say this? I really actually know how to take care of myself. I'm not at a place where there's much things that I would like to do in order to keep up myself. Again, my neck has has now these lines and stuff like that. That's because I just wasn't able to keep up with the kind of self-care that I do when I was searching for an apartment of my own, living in the women's home. And also too, the only time the plane, and so too, the only time I've noticed that I would get pimples, it might be one here, it might be one here, which I noticed while I was filming my soft glam, or sometimes underneath the chin. And this is also some areas to look at too when your liver is having too overwork. But it was good that I did that, my soft glam. Again, I know my next situation. I've been patiently doing what I can, but there's some things I can do more. And I did get a pimple not too long ago on the side here, so I have a little blemish there that needs to go away. But yes, so again, today was it's just coming on, say hi, showing people my face more and more. The presence of who I am, Julia Janelle Belgraves, Le Frere, a space for both masculine and feminine to glow up, to grow, to come into the vision of self, to see self, to love self, to also understand that the flaws, the red flags, the negative parts of yourself are not bad things to have or to see it in such heaviness and darkness, but also to see it more in a growth. What is it there? Why is it there? What is it telling me? And what can I gain from it? You know what I mean? That's what it's about. I know it's really, really late. It's really, really late, certain places, for me to be coming on and wanting to do a live. But again, I'm trusting my intuition. And as I came back on social media this year, I have rebranded my brand in many ways. And so I made a promise to myself to show up no matter what. And that's what I keep doing. I show up. you have to just stick with what works for you, and then those seasons when things can evolve in certain ways, then you do that. Yes, it's hot out here. You can see the sweat on my nose. Yeah, this is hot. It is hot because we've entered the rainy season. I'm still getting used to certain things, and so what that means, it's gonna be raining and then it stops, but there's a pressure in the air. That's why I come outside here to do most of my lives. I can't do it in my room. It is too hot to do that in there. But it's hot. It is really hot. And so today is fun day. Something I explained to many years ago. I changed the dynamic of coming out of the weekend. You have time for yourself. You can relax, hang out with friends and family. And then you have that day before Monday to prepare yourself, the kids, and etc. to go to start a new week. And so sometimes you dread it. And so I switched that mindset and also created small things to also help the whole energetic shift of coming out into of the weekend and then starting the new week on Monday. So I changed it to it's gonna be a fun day. And I started getting up in the morning like I usually do, and changing the type of music I was listening to, something a little bit more upbeat and fun. And kind of I did alter my workout movements in the morning when I started it, yeah, to align with that. And somehow that did shift the mindset of, it's Monday, the beginning of the week, kind of a aspect. And so I always call Monday now fun day. So I think it works. I think it works because I have been seeing it as that. I get up and I'm just looking forward to the day, what fun things I'm gonna do, how is how the day is going to turn out, more or less, you know what I mean? So I switched that mindset pertaining to that. Yes. So today, I last week I actually did a lot of lives last week for some strange reasons on YouTube and on TikTok. And last night I went on because I didn't go back on TikTok as I usually do. I was spending the weekend out by my cousin with her kids. And my cousin had also then said to me, we might go to the beach. So I packed my swimsuit, and I haven't gone to the beach since last year. So I have been praying, asking the universe for that. So I just said yes, whatever. It was kind of chaotic. So I live pretty close to the airport. So yeah, it was kind of chaotic that my cousin called me late at night already. I was like, hey, you're not doing anything, which she knows. If I'm up to babysitting for the weekend, I was like, yeah, cool, no problem. And she said, but then walk with your swimsuit, we might go to the beach. And so I just packed everything, organized myself. And when she picked me up the next following morning, when she called me the next following morning and picked me up, it was really nice. I did my lives there. Friday on YouTube. I did my live on Saturday morning there. And then I sent a message out to my community on TikTok via stories that possibly later. And so I didn't make that later. And so last night I just decided to just do that. So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to read that. Who wants to answer? Answer. Oops. While I just check something here a second. Hi. Yes, so how's your Friday going so far? And the reasons I'm asking that because I know the timing in Europe. I haven't checked in America. I know the time difference. I apologize, and I know that it's your days are already done with. How was it so far for you? Again, too, because we're in June, it is already halfway into the year. Summer is pretty much around the corner. Have you guys already started implementing, or are you really and truly awaiting summer season? Anyone going anywhere in particular for summer? Any particular trips planned? Well, usually I would also myself be planning a trip. When I lived in Germany in 2024, I had to pick up and leave, and I could not go to America because I don't have any connection there or somewhere to stay. So I'm here in Trinidad. I do enjoy it. I have not lived here since I was a little girl. And so for me, being in this heat now and in the climate, it's nice. It's nice. So I am in my summer season for the past year now. I'm here. It's hot. It is hot. It is hot. I really actually have to say that, but at the same time, it's a good hot, a good heat. And yes, this I'm really happy that I decided to change up my hair this time around. Now that we're in the rainy season. Now I think the rainy season lasts for about a month. So time, August. So it's it's full heat here, and everything is nice. Guys, so yeah, I don't have any special planned discussion, just being here, showing up. But again, today, so I guess I could say talk about this. I shared this. My Google business page is up. I have to say why I am. How should I say this? Why I'm just simply being present, regardless to not having a lot of followers or whatever, is the fact that, guys, I have been on this journey for a very long time. At the age of 19, 18, I knew I had an idea for my very first business, but I didn't do it. I was living in chaos with my dad and my stepmom and my sisters and I, and no one knew. And then modeling, dancing, acting, like commercials, those sort of stuff I was doing while I was in America, traveling. And then eventually when I moved to Europe, I still tried to stick with that because that's my identity. It's part of who I am. I am a model. I am a dancer. So I became a mom, but I still, auditioned and stuff like that. But secretly, I still wanted my own business. Honestly and truly, I really wanted my own business. I even shared with my partner then, that my ex then, an idea that we could have done together for our own business, our own personal business. But it's never stopped, living in me. Then I eventually tried to build my own website so that I could put up my modeling information and stuff like that, and then find a way to venture out into other things. And I was sharing that last night. I have used various third parties to build my website, to push it out, and haven't succeeded. I bought my domain and did the whole thing, still didn't succeed. I tried to hire people, I tried to get someone else to do it for me. Even my ebook, this ebook that I shared with you guys on my Substack account, I tried that before as well. I think it was Monkey, some of the kind of third party. I did everything, all the information. I uploaded it. I posted it on my both IG accounts, like a link, and then I asked a friend of mine to check it out and see if it's functioning, and it wasn't. And this was just shortly too, yeah. And I have to be honest with you, I spent a few years trying, crying, because everything just wasn't working out. And so for me to be here now, I kept all of my ebooks in my Canva and on my computer in my Microsoft Words. I even tried Amazon a few times to create a coloring book and a workbook. I write stuff, poems, stories. And so for me to be at this space where I succeeded on Substack to share my ebook, to share a coloring book, to be sharing the scarves, mock-ups that I have. I haven't shared the cards, birthday cards, Christmas cards, wedding cards. Those are all things too that I love to do by hand. But I created mock-ups of them as well in Canva. And then for my Gazette, the whole, structure and everything of my Gazette, I also started sharing one of my stories that I written in there. And so what I'm saying is, to be at this space where some things are really flowing now. My Google business account is it's live. Everything is synced with my YouTube, my IGs. It feels good. I have to be honest, it feels really, really good to be in this space, because I wasn't sure if it's gonna ever happen. I did at one point, yes, want to give up, but I think it happens to everybody. But at the same time, I couldn't. For some reason, I just couldn't give up completely. I had to still, take a break, not let the fact that I'm not getting the steps that I want and I'm working towards not functioning, to turn me back and not continue believing and wanting the dream. So for me to be here, it feels amazing. It's small progress. To some people, it might mean nothing at all, but for me, it's something great. Oh, um, think to. So I don't know how it really what to do about this. Does it stay there, or because can you see my face when I just leave this thing there? Someone said no. So I um I don't know if you guys can hear, but my neighbor. Anyways, can anyone answer that question? Again, I already started doing that already with you guys, sharing that I almost gave up on my vision, but at the same time, I could not give up. It was just still there. It shifted into many different things, and it's also too with my modeling. I feel sometimes though that, especially now that I am 46 and I'm here in Trinidad and Tobago, maybe I've given up on my modeling career because nothing's happening and I'm all the way over here. Yeah, I don't know what to say really, but sometimes I feel as though maybe in a slight way that maybe I should just try to, so that I can see something happening again. I don't know, just thinking out loud, I guess. I mean, and I kind of actually did think like that when the first couple of months I was here, because then my agent in Germany wrote me for a potential casting, and then I had to tell her, because I didn't plan any of this. I just spent 3 months trying to get a job, whereas before that, companies was coming to me, asking me to work for them. So then I was there 3 months sending out my resume, my Lebenslauf, and no one. Then also started to do more with social media, contacting brands and stuff like that, and nothing was happening. And so I was like, what am I gonna do? So yeah, when I wrote my agent, I just apologized and told her, I'm here, I don't know what's happening, I don't know when I'm gonna be back. That was that. So at the same time of me doing what I'm doing is also a nod to my modeling side, not to fully not be present in it. So the way that I do my soft glam, the way that I do my carousel and stuff like that, I'm still being true to the woman that I am, a model, a dancer, etc. But at the same time too, that is what, let's jump in touch a little bit on what I posted today about the red flags. Again, it is quite hard for us to see ourselves in certain ways, to see what red flags we have that has been holding us back or allowing us to accept certain things that has been keeping us from evolving. I hope you guys cannot hear this, but it's starting to get to me because I kind of, not really get to me, but I just don't want you guys to be hearing it. But anyways, the red flag situation. I'm one of those people, again, too, why I say this is because if you can be aware of yourself, you will be aware at other people, and understanding what is a red flag, and understanding that even if you see some red flag from someone else around you, that it is not bad for you to pay attention to it, to acknowledge it is good. But again, it's going to help you to understand what it is you want in your life, how you want to be seen, how you want to be loved. What is a red flag that I had in myself? I had at the beginnings, I had an anger, a rage in me when people did certain things. But this was very, very early on. And the few times I saw it, I paid attention. I started asking myself questions. What is this? Why is it here? What are the things so far that has been bringing that up in me? And once I started to do that, I got clearer and clearer with myself, clearer and clearer on certain types of individuals and circumstances that for me it was because I didn't like being around certain things and people. But at the same time, you have to also get clear on that, because sometimes you're going to be in a situation that you don't plan to, so you can't let triggers come up inside of you, and that's a good thing. So that's something that helped me to see that and understand that, okay, cool, this is how these people are. I might have to be here, but I don't need to let their energies, their words, their actions, come into me, kind of a situation. So that was really, really helpful for me when I was younger, and that's how I started to do more and more of paying attention of myself. Now the other part of that is I have been aware of my silhouette. I've explained this before. I've always been a thin person, but I've always had a derriere. Unfortunately, the way that my energy has been, I've still been trying to do isolated workouts for arms, abs, butts and stuff like that. But I know at one point I didn't do too much. And so when I went out to the beach with my cousin, it's gonna be in a vlog. I try to hide as much as I can, but I asked her exactly for her opinion and exactly what I thought. I was like, oh. And so now, today, I have put myself more and more into that space. I already started it. But last night, I started to put out my sports uniform and have my head in an alignment of doing specific isolated movements, a little bit more to help trigger my derriere, to help get it back lifted and rounded. Of course, it's going to take some time for me to see results, no doubt. But this is what happens when you are an observer of yourself, when you see yourself and you get to that space where you have information sent to you on what to do, how to do, and how to move about it. Again, it's the same with my French. I'm doing little things here and there for me to stay on that. It's not perfect, but at the same time, it's just still showing up. It's the same with me also here on social media. I've created little windows here for me to still be present and show up and grow and show you guys also what it is to glow up, to follow your vision, to be a doer in your life and with yourself, and what a sovereign woman looks like, a woman of value, a woman that loves herself, a woman that respects herself. It is not about rushing. It's not about moving hard. It's not about hitting all of your goals 100%. Some moments you will be able to hit 100%, and the other moments 10%, and that's the most important thing. The thing is that you still continue to choose yourself. You still continue to show up for self as best as you can. And those days when you can't have that energy and that you can execute your plan of actions 100%, you go for it. You go for it, you know? And so yeah, that's where I'm at right now, guys. Still continuing to show up for myself, continuing to see the things that I want to improve more and more, and figure out how to do that. I'm someone too that I like to make my own skincare, but at the same time I'm trying to make some stuff to lighten my skin, which I can do with lemon and all that, lime and stuff like that. But I don't have sunscreen lotion, and I'm how should I say this? I refuse. I have a sunscreen lotion there, but I know it's not a clean one, and so I'm refusing to wear it simply because the fact that I'm with the journey that I'm on. I want to stay in the space that I am. I don't go out of the house that much, thank God, but at the same time I'm not able to fully do what I want to be able to see certain results again. And that's where I'm not beating myself up, I'm just allowing the process. And so yeah, I've shared a lot of these things already before, some of the things I do, what I can make. But I was looking at the soft glam vlog today. I took it from a different angle, and again, I already knew about this. I've been using castor oil to help lubricate there a little bit more, but it's the lines to lighten them. And again, I saw that I have still 1 or 2 blemishes here that I need to take care of. But yeah, it's about me noticing the red flags within myself. And again, I know that I can be hard on myself if I were to, simply because I know how to show up for myself. But then I also know some moments you don't have to do such hard things. You don't have to think you have to be on the go, on the go, on the go. You know what I mean? Whoa. So you just have to try to do your best to enjoy life. So yeah, I don't know what else. I guess I don't know how to just be here and not say anything. But I don't know if it's a waste of time for you all. But what can we talk about? What would you guys like to know about me? Everybody knows so far everything about me. Again, I just said I'm 46, if you believe me or not. I don't look it. I have never looked my age from the time I hit 16. I don't know what is the reasons. I cannot tell you all if it's because I love to smile a lot, I'm whimsical, I'm spontaneous. I cannot tell you if it's because I'm an intimate faster, I'm a faster. I cannot tell you all if it's because I've always been someone that eats a certain way, which is more healthy. People would say it's more healthy. I don't know. I don't know what to tell people. I mean, putting specific things on my skin, that's also a tricky thing, because I really and truly I do pay attention to what I put on my body, but at the same time, I have moments where I don't put anything on my skin. I don't put moisturizer, sunscreen lotion on sometimes when I'm not going out or doing certain things. Even in the winter months, I'm very low maintenance. I don't need to wear these things. I really and truly don't. But for me, I wear it. One, at this moment too, I'm trying to grow back out my hair. Second, because I have the parasite situation, I have noticed shedding. It is not as bad as it used to be, thank God, because I've been doing the work. right? But it's also too because I'm kind of lazy. I really am. I like simple, easy hairstyles where I don't have to be doing too much. So for me, this is gonna be going up in a ponytail in the night, coming down in the daytime. If it's too hot, a messy bun, finito. Same with the straight hair. With the straight hair, it's just exactly the same. I make sure I only put heat in my hair at least once or twice a month, and not all the time. I don't comb my hair a lot, really don't. I don't put too much styles in there. And when it comes to makeup, for me, the most important things in makeup is my eyebrows, simply because it's very sparse. I don't have a lot, right? Once in a while, concealer, because one, the parasite situation. Sometimes I see darkness around around my eyes. My real makeup is my lips. I love to wear lipstick, lip gloss, more lipstick. I don't have much lip gloss. I don't have any lip gloss. More lipstick. This is what I love to put on. I do like a blush as well. I really do like a blush, but I'm more of a no makeup look kind of a girl. So more cream base stuff that you put it in, you get that glow of skin, but at the same time it doesn't look like makeup. I have an elf blush that I bought, but I love this more terracotta copper kind of a neutral look, and I really want to get a blush with that kind of a color scheme. But at this moment in my life, I don't have funds right now, so getting things is not possible. So that's why I say my skincare situation, I'm not able to do what I want simply because of that. I can make my own skincare. I've made my own vitamin C serum before. When it comes to exfoliating and stuff like that, that is easy. Sugar, salt, lime, you know what I mean? Exfoliate your body. Those are things I can make. Coffee scrubs for the body. Those are easy. Coconut oil, olive oil, essential oil. Those are great. Those are things you can do. But also the harder AHAs and stuff like that, to really exfoliate on a deeper level. That's the things I'm searching for. That's the things I want. Hi. But it's mostly, everything mostly starts within. It's about how you eat, how you sleep, and how little stress you have in your life. This has been my number one. I could honestly, if I were to give an answer, I would say it's that. Why it is I look the way that I look, if someone would to ask, and I would to now think about it, is that having peace in your life. The reasons why I know what red flags look like, the reasons why I know what peace looks like, is because I've paid attention to myself and outside. Anything and anyone that is taking away the abilities for me to be able to have peace within myself, to regulate my own nervous system, to not wanting me to have to always show certain, signs that I want them, I love them, I need them, or you have to do those kinds of things. I eliminate these types of people from my life. I eliminate things. If something I have around me is just constantly always making me feel a certain way, in a negative way, trust me, I will get rid of it. It's not supposed to do that. If it's not giving you joy, it's not worth it. So I get rid of clothes, even food. If I eat something and I realize I'm getting upset stomach, or something's happening, I pay attention and I look at the ingredients, I look at what I added differently into my meal, and I eliminate that, and that's that. I don't think twice. I really don't think twice. So that is what looking at red flags means within yourself. But it's also that the traits, or I call it to habits. Some of us have some habits that is not serving us anymore, or is just in general not serving us. But to see it is one thing, and then secondly, to see it and then admit it and then taking actions, that's another thing. But again, this is what I say, you got to start with yourselves with those sorts of stuff. So yeah, what else can I say about that? Yeah, that's just basically how I feel about those sorts of stuff. I'm someone, not a problem to be able to do those things. And again, when you do that, you're taking a lot of power that someone could possibly take and find ways to use against you. Trust me, people do these things. The moment they see something that you have a habit in that is so toxicating that it hooks you like a bait, they can use that in against you in so many ways, so many negative ways, so many negative ways. So once you know these things about yourself, you're actually taking a lot of power away from anything and anyone outside of you to try to manipulate, to try to control you, to try to put you in any fear, or any limiting boxes that will potentially break you. Yeah. And break you in I say break you in a few ways, because my concept of break you has two terminologies. There's the one of mentally, and then there's the one physically. I don't For me, the thing what I want people to understand, honestly and truly, sometimes you do not know what power you're giving to others, first, and secondly, you do not know what other people are capable of doing. People may say they love you, but honestly and truly, there are those who are just telling you that for you to stay in their life, for you to constantly give your power to them, and they will put you in the grave. They will put you in the grave. This is the worst part about that for me. I don't give no one that power at all. So I look at myself, I see the red flags from others and things, and I'm able to distinguish what do I want, what I don't want, and move on from there. And the quicker you move on is the best. That's peace right there again. That is peace right there again. Stop saying tomorrow, a year from now. Stop thinking you can change the person. Cut the cords ASAP. Really. As soon as you can run. Again, as soon as you can run. Now, if you can't, and if it's not such a dangerous circumstances or situation, ask one question always to the universe. What is it I'm to learn? What is it I'm not seeing? Because it's a lesson there for you. If you can't get away with just yet, there's a lesson for you. And I'm saying this from experience. I've had, so far, I could say 2 experiences the long-term one, the 10-year relationship, and a job that I was at that I literally knew I wanted out already, but the needle wasn't moving. And so I stepped back and I was like, okay, what am I not seeing here? What am I not learning here for myself? What is here? What is teach me here? And I just stopped and just kept going to the job day after day, enjoying myself as best as I can. And eventually the signs came for me to see. And once I saw that, I was like, okay, great, fine. And I just started to just look at myself more and more for what the universe wanted me to see and understand. And as soon as an opportunity came, I applied to a job and I got through. Guys, so right now I'm like, oh universe, come on, come on. But anyways, I am, yeah, so I've got my Google business page up. I'm so happy. My Instagram accounts are, I mean, I'm showing up on TikTok, I'm showing up on YouTube, I'm showing up on Facebook, and my Substack account. My Substack account, um, unfortunately, these last 2 weeks, I haven't done a little bit more, reading other people publications and stuff like that, interacting. These last 2 weeks was a little heavy for me, but when I'm gonna start back. So I don't know how many subscribers, followers I have on my Substack accounts. Made a mistake and I ended up having two. Technically, then it's not a mistake. And again, this is just how I look at it. It's not a mistake. The universe wanted it that way. So I have two publications. My name, Juliet Janelle Belgraves, and Light and Love Within, which the Light and Love I use for my love letter to self vlog, love letters. I post there. And my other account, my other publication, it's multiple things. Either it's soft glam stuff, sovereignty, courage, strength, different things, different topics. Sometimes I post, actually I have some poems and I forgot that I should think about maybe posting on there too. I posted an affirmation. I try to do a little bit of everything so that you're getting very variations. Yeah. And I'm really, this is who I am. And then Snapchat. I need to do something on Snapchat this week. Yeah, Snapchat is not getting too much on my loving. So yeah, I have the Snapchat account. My podcast is going to be live tomorrow. I just finished editing my episode for tomorrow. And tonight I'm going to record the next episode for Thursday so that I can get back on track. It's 2 podcasts per week. This last week I ended up only doing 1 or 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, I was really not in a good energetic space, but I showed up. I'm grateful for that. And then the lives, Wednesday is live on TikTok, Friday is live here, Saturday is live both on Facebook now for an hour. So I've done it 2 Sundays, Saturdays in a row now for an hour. I started with 30 minutes. So now it's an hour each, everywhere. And then from Facebook, I go later on to TikTok. And yeah, I'm happy. So I'm showing up, I'm doing some stuff. Then it's my weekly Gazette comes out, and my Sovereignty Reset Kit also comes out for you all. That's a free gift to you all from me, with some tools that you already have within you, but it's a way to help you find yours, question yourself some more, or learn to question yourselves. Learn to be an observer of self. Learn to identify, you know, your vision. Identify the simplistic parts of, what is your love language for yourself, and start with that. Yeah, that's the best I could say about that. Yeah. Don't make things hard and complicated, guys. Because all you're trying to do is be perfect, and there's no such thing as being perfect. Glowing up, loving yourself, becoming a boss babe or boss guy, going after your vision is not perfect. It is not. Anyone who tells you that, they are trying to sell you their version of how they forced themselves. They didn't do this relaxingly, playfully, true to their identity of self. Because what happens too is eventually you get a burnout. You're running a race of what you should do and look like for the outside world. And then eventually that is going to hit you, and then you're going to have to start over in a different way to find you completely. So start slow. Some places you might be able to run quicker because you will be able to see certain things about yourself easier to do, to just move. Some places you might have, I want to, secure execution plans, and other moments it might be one, it might be, kind of rocky and flimsy, but you still show up. That's the perfect thing to do. Always understand too, there is no how should I say this? There is no perfect. You don't have to start this with having all these tools and all these equipments and all these skincare. What's on my back? Apologize. These outfits the right way, and those things are just camouflage. Those things are mask, because what they do is hold you back in a lot of ways. They do. Use what you have. The goal is that you get up, you keep choosing yourself, you keep showing up, you allow the universe to open more windows of your ways, how you can keep coming up and showing up for yourself without stressing yourself, without limiting yourself, without doubting yourself, and just show up, and the rest will come. The rest will come. The rest will come. The key is to just get to know yourself. Building a relationship with you is the key of a glow up, of aligning with your vision, of finding peace within self, having peace within self, having joy within self. All of those things. Yeah, that's what it's about. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna call this quits for today. I definitely want to see you on Friday. I'm not gonna do this earlier. I'm just kind of looking for another day where I could just come on and chit chat. It's a bit late that the idea came to me on Monday or Tuesday. So I'm gonna play with this some more, because I want to make sure that I have still my other reels and stuff like that on schedule, recorded and stuff like that, so that I can pick a day to do extras. So we shall see if this will work. But you'll see me on TikTok, on my live on TikTok on Wednesday, if you come and check me there, or if you're following me, here on Friday at 2 o'clock AST time, that's Trinidad and Tobago time, and then Saturday again, as I said, 10 a.m. On Facebook, and then at 2 AST on TikTok. That's how I do my live, and the rest is my reels, my head talks, etc., etc., etc. So I thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of the family. I'm growing. This is the best. Really and truly, really and truly enjoying what I'm doing, simply because I've been doing this for a long time. The universe has always been sending people to me, and for me, it's important now. We have come into this era where things have been shifting a lot, but it's also the fact too that it's time for us to start to come home to self. I just want people to take their own power back. Again, it's no perfect thing. It's your way, learning yourself, but also understand part of that is seeing the mirror of self. Don't be afraid to see yourself in all that you are. It is important for us to have dark parts of ourselves and light. It's very important. But understanding it, knowing it, owning it, and allowing the universe to help you let go of parts of you that is no longer, come into the new version of self. That's what it's about. That is what glow up is. That is what a vision is. That is what becoming a boss person is. Maybe there's some part of your dark side that you need to use more to have a better discernment, to have better boundaries for certain situations and people, and even with yourself. Because at the end of the day, it starts first with you. Then people will be able to accept it, even if they don't. You have to be the one to say, okay, I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna be the one to keep saying no, even if someone else doesn't like it. I'm gonna be doing it for myself. And that's how you can reflect that without saying words first, because it's an energy shift that you come into. Okay, so do not think that our dark sides of ourselves is always something bad. It is part of us and is needed for certain situations and seasons in our lives. That's what it's there for. So I hope that this was, helpful for someone. I hope my soft glam was something that someone could read and see it for a guidance, a window to, again, coming into full balance and alignment with who you are. It is important for us to see all of ourselves, even the things we may not like. It is how we take our power back. It's how we start to then let go of what is no longer serving us, or we learn to hone on certain things that probably we need to have a little bit more courage and strength within ourselves to be fully, so that we can keep moving forward. And it also helps you to see the outside, so that you can know what is to literally be eliminated from your surroundings and your environment. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.